Hello and welcome to this history tutorial on the Munich Putsch of 1923. This is for Edexcel GCSE Weimar and Nazi Germany. Today we will cover the causes of the Munich Putsch and its connection to the situation in Germany in 1923. We will also examine the events of the Munich Putsch itself, as well as the short-term and long-term consequences. Germany after the First World War was a country where political extremes had a real opportunity to increase their support. Many people in Germany were disillusioned after defeat in the war. Former soldiers, for example, felt they'd been stabbed in the back by the new Weimar government, and many of these people joined right-wing political groups such as the Freikorps or the Nazi Party. Left-wing support was also growing, and the Spartacist revolt in 1919, amongst others, led many to fear a communist revolution in Germany. From 1919, right-wing groups built not only on the humiliation and hatred of the Treaty of Versailles, but also the hatred following the French occupation of the Ruhr and the hyperinflation that followed. They gained popularity by saying that they would not comply with the terms of the Treaty of Versailles, including the huge reparations bill. By 1923, the Nazi Party had gained increased support in Bavaria, an area of Germany that had never fully supported the newly established Weimar government. With the Nazi Party now firmly under the control of Adolf Hitler, they attempted to seize control of the government through force. Hitler was confident of success, as the SA could be used as an armed force, and he had won the support of General Ludendorff, the former commander-in-chief. Hitler was also confident that Gustav von Kahr, the leader of the state government of Bavaria, and the army would support him. On the evening of 8th of November 1923, von Kahr was holding a meeting in a beer hall. Hitler arrived with lorries of SA and sealed the building, telling those present that a national revolution had begun. SA men ushered von Kahr and two other ministers into a side room, and Hitler tried to convince them to join his revolution by promising them jobs once they had been successful. Kahr argued with Hitler, but Hitler told the people in the beer hall that Kahr was going to support the revolution. Eventually, Kahr agreed to support Hitler. In the morning, however, Kahr was released and immediately used the radio to distance himself from Hitler. Hitler knew that without the support of the Bavarian government, he could not succeed, but he went ahead anyway. Hitler assumed that the local people and officials would support him, but he was to be disappointed. It wasn't just von Kahr who had failed to support him. Most of the townspeople remained indifferent, and the army stayed loyal to the state government, leaving Hitler with only 2,000 armed men. Hitler and Ludendorff led their supporters on a march to the main square, where they were met by the state police. It is not clear who fired the first shot, but one side opened fire. A bodyguard threw himself in front of Hitler and was wounded by about 6 bullets, and Göring was shot in the leg. In moments, 14 of Hitler's supporters and 4 policemen were shot dead. At this point, the putsch turned into chaos. Most of Hitler's followers ran for shelter, with one group hiding under a bed in a girls' school. Ludendorff and Nazi leaders Röhm and Streicher were all arrested, and Göring fled and went into hiding abroad. Hitler escaped in a car, but 2 days later was found hiding in a wardrobe in a friend's house 10 miles away and was arrested on the 11th of November 1923. Hitler and the other leaders of the putsch were put on trial. Although Ludendorff was found not guilty, almost certainly due to his reputation, Hitler was found guilty of treason and sentenced to 5 years in prison, and the Nazi Party was banned. So in the short term, the Munich Putsch was a defeat and a humiliation for Hitler. However, in the long term, the situation was very different, as the putsch and the trial that followed brought the Nazi Party great publicity, allowing Hitler to publicly criticise Ebert and the Weimar Republic. To add to that publicity, in prison, Hitler wrote Mein Kampf, which publicised his beliefs and ideas to an even wider audience. What's more, Hitler was released after only 9 months in prison, and the ban on the Nazi Party was lifted in February 1925. Ultimately, despite the failure of the Munich Putsch, the Nazi Party became recognised as the leading right-wing party in Germany, and the failure showed Hitler that he needed to take power using legal methods. In summary, the Munich Putsch was a failure in the short term, because Hitler failed to win the support of the state government and the local people of Bavaria. Hitler was arrested, put on trial and sentenced to 5 years in Landsberg prison, and the Nazi Party was banned. But The Munich Putsch brought Hitler and the Nazi Party success in the long term, as the trial that followed brought the Nazi Party great publicity, allowing Hitler to publicly criticise Ebert and the Weimar Republic. Hitler was released after only 9 months in prison, and the ban on the Nazi Party was lifted in February 1925. To get further help, visit history.outwood.com, see your teacher in school, or check out quiz.outwood.com for those sweet revision quizzes. You can also follow the Outwood Humanities team on Twitter at OGATHumanities. Until next time, that was a little bit of history.